which block do you think was like the most hectic for you?
Surgery.
It was surgery.
That's when my body shut down, my mental health went down, and all that.
Yeah.
So it was like the worst for me. So internal med. Oh, the first month drowned me. I used to arrive at 8 and sometimes would leave at like 6 on a daily. Like it was the worst.
Hello Med Fanatics, welcome back to Med Chats, the internship series exclusive to members of this channel where we rate hospitals that offer internship here in South Africa to give you all the tea about, the clinical rotations, the academics, the doctor's quarters, everything that you might need to know before going into internship into that hospital. Once again, I would like to thank you for being part of our membership. This really helps a lot in terms of funding this series and making sure that I keep on giving you guys the best quality content. Once again, I would like to remind you that please bring a friend or your classmate who's also studying medicine, who would like to know more about the internship placements so that you guys make an informed decision. So as you can see by the title of this video, we are taking it back to the Western Cape again, rating one of the famous, for sure the most wanted hospital, which is Groote Schuur Hospital. And today we are joined once again by another amazing doctor who's going to be helping me to rate this hospital so that we can know whether this is one of the best hospitals to choose for internship or not. I actually know a lot more about this hospital, more than any hospitals that we have done in this series. And I think you're gonna hear good stuff about it. I love the facility. I love, how specialized it is. But I do not think it is a hospital that I would pick, simply because number one, I've been studying there for the past 6 years and stuff, so I wouldn't want to be stuck in that environment. I feel like I need a break. But other than that, I feel like it's just too specialized. But you know what, I don't want to be biased. I don't want to be giving you guys more of my opinions because this video is not about me. So let's just welcome the doctor who's going to be giving us all the tea about GSH. So yeah, let's get into it. Hi Doc, how are you doing today?
I'm good, how are you?
I am doing amazing. Thank you so much for being part of this series. I am so much looking forward to our conversation, knowing that the hospital that you are doing your internship is very much in high demand when it comes to the Western Cape. People who are not based in Western Cape want to be at GSH, and people who are based in Western Cape want to choose GSH so that they stay in. So I really, really appreciate that we got to have a chance to have this conversation. So firstly, I would like you to introduce yourself to our audience.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Penyo Munyadziwa. I'm from Limpopo. I studied at UCT and I'm currently working at Groote Schuur Hospital.
And this is your second year, right?
Yes, second year of internship, yes.
Okay, so was GSH your first option and why?
GSH was definitely my first option, and that was because I wanted to stay in the Western Cape. I think the hospital that I liked the most was Khayelitsha Hospital because of the stories I've heard about great internship exposure and all that. But because I looked at the numbers and the numbers weren't adding, I was like, there's no way I'm going to take that risk, because if I do, I'll find myself at Bara, and I don't want that.
Nobody wants Bara, guys. I'm sure about that.
So then I think they wanted like 75 at the time, and we only had like 100 or less. So I was like, my chances of getting in are like 75%, so which was a good bet. So I was like, I'll definitely make this one, yeah.
Do you get to see the number of applicants at each hospital?
You do.
Oh wow, this is my first time hearing about this.
Yeah, so as people apply, they tell you how many posts are there and how many people have applied so far.
Okay, so you can kind of weigh your chances when you are applying.
Yes.
Oh,
But
okay.
it just doesn't tell you how many people made it first choice, how many people made it second choice.
I see.
You can see the numbers that I'll be playing.
Okay. No, I see.
Yeah.
For someone who doesn't know GSH, please describe what kind of a hospital it is. Is it a primary, secondary, tertiary, and is it an academic or not academic hospital?
So GSH is a tertiary hospital. It's an academic hospital for UCT students, and it's academic. So there's a lot of registrars there. It's mostly highly specialized, and most of the time when you do something, you do it with the help of a senior. So you're never by yourself, but then you do get to learn if you initiate. All you have to do is to always initiate for you to do something. But if you never initiate, then you'll just literally be that extra person who's part of the team.
Yeah. And now I just want people to kind of like imagine the hospital. Please describe to us, where is like the hospital located in terms of like the social scene? What surrounds the hospital? Like what are the nearest attractions? Because we know that it is in the Western Cape, but where exactly is it?
Oh, okay. So it's in Observatory, and that's closer to town, like Cape Town main city center. And it's also closer to UCT. But then the nice thing about it is that if you want to go around and see places in Cape Town, it's the best hospital to choose because you're closer to almost everything. The only thing that you'll have to drive like a few minutes for is if you want to go to the wine farms, and that's in Staley's. But the good thing is that there's also Constantia, and that Constantia side for the wine tasting and all that. But I think it's central to so many things. So it's not like you're 2 hours away. It's always like less than an hour drive for you to move from one place to another. So it's good for social life and also getting to explore Cape Town.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people come to Cape Town because they want to have that social life, you know, they want to go to the beach, waterfront, and all these malls. And I mean, I know better about this hospital because obviously it's like part of like UCT academic hospital. So yeah, it is quite close to, you know, a lot of places. It's quite central. So as we all know that the Western Cape is mostly, you know, dominated by Xhosa speaking people and Afrikaans speaking people. And as someone who is not from the Western Cape, have you ever like found challenges in terms of communicating with those patients who cannot speak English but can speak in like their mother tongue?
I think yes, there are instances where you're trying to communicate with a patient but you can't get to communicate with them. I think with the isiXhosa part, what helped me was that I went to UCT, we had classes for that. But then also again, there's a lot of other like languages of people and foreigners. Like recently I just learned, I've been like saying to myself, actually I need to learn Shona because I've been getting to meet a lot of Shona patients. And also apart from that, I think it's just something that you will get to learn. But in terms of will you ever not be able to help the patient, I don't think so, because I always use like Google Translate if I need to ask a patient something and they just can't get it. And that usually happens with like Shona patients. So I think if you don't know not even a little bit of isiXhosa, you can also use Google Translate, and as time goes you get to learn. And I think because if you're South African, because it's one of the South African languages, it's easy to grasp. I don't know if it's just me but I find other languages easy to grasp because it's a little bit similar, so you kind of hear what they're trying to say.
You mean Shona?
No, I mean Xhosa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like other South African languages, it's easy to grasp. But with Shona, it's a whole new thing that I have to learn. But I think the reason why it makes it easy for me to learn is because I'm Venda and they're also a little bit similar.
I've heard that GSH has like their own translators. Have you ever heard about that? Have you used those services before?
No. But I think it's gonna take you so long because you have to get someone to come help you see the patient and stuff like that. And I think the most important thing is time management in internship, because you don't want to be stuck with the patient for hours.
Yeah.
You want to see the patient, make sure the patient's treatment has been initiated, and if they have to be discharged, you discharge them. So if you need a translator, like how long is that going to take? It's not realistic. So I think hence why.
I thought maybe they were available over the phone. I don't know. I've never, used a translator before, but I've heard
that they do
yeah
have. I don't know, maybe in the worst case scenario of no one is able to communicate with the patient, because that happens, like you find someone from a different country and we just don't know where to even start. Like we kind of like trying to figure out what is this person saying, but this person is like, they're sick, they're just pointing at that time. I remember that happened, and we had to ask them, which language do you speak? And they couldn't even hear us asking, like, which language do you speak? I think I had to, like, the Google thing, and let them talk, and then Google writes, and then it picks up the language.
Okay.
I had to do that.
Wow.
But it rarely happens, but I think Google is your best friend when it comes to languages.
Okay, then I know you always have to be connected to the Wi-Fi, or always have data for that. That's good to know. Okay, so this question I ask like all of my guests, but because I know the hospital, it feels quite useless for me to ask the question because I can answer it myself. It's a question about how resourced is the hospital. Man, it has everything. But I'd go ahead and answer.
I think one of the reasons why I chose to be in the Western Cape was because I didn't want to find myself stuck in a hospital and I have to run around looking for a needle just to take blood. Because I feel like those are just basic health needs and things that we should have available in hospitals. But you'd find that some hospitals don't even have that. But with the Western Cape, it's the best. It gives the best health service ever. So you always have everything you need, but you will find some wards whereby you're looking for a yellow tube, they don't have it in that ward, but you'll just have to go next door and find it. Or you have to take the storeroom keys and literally find it. And I'm currently doing my author rotation, so because they don't really take a lot of bloods and stuff. They do, but that's where you get all these things missing. But when I did internal med, we had like a PVC trolley. I don't know, but they initiated this thing where we have to do IV lines sterilely. So you carry the PVC. It has everything that you need for an IV line. So everything is well packed into those trolleys. And if you don't, they scream. Like, why are you not using the trolley? And in terms of blood tubes and everything, they always have everything well packed together.
I know, when I was doing my internal medicine there, I always had like my own stash of, blood tubes and forms and needles and stuff, because I was just like lazy to go and find this, like take the stuff every time I take bloods. So I would move around with that stash, but never have I ever felt like, we've ran out. If you've ran out of something from the shelf, there's always a nurse who's going to direct you to the storeroom, and then you have endless supply. And what I know also at GSH, when you like have a patient, every patient just have bloods, even bloods that you don't even know what are they for. Everyone's just like bloods, X-ray, MRI, CT scan. It's crazy, but it is quite a good resourced hospital. So I just want to know, how does it feel for you to work at a hospital where you trained as a medical student? I was like saying earlier on that I don't feel like it is something that I would like to do, simply because I feel like there need to be some sort of break that marks the end of my med school and the start of a new life. It feels like if I'm going to be walking down the same corridors that I've been walking in the past 6 years or so, it feels like I'm still kind of like a medical student in the same environment. How has it been for you?
I think it all goes back to why you choose a certain hospital. I know you asked this question, but I'll go back to it. The reason why I chose GSH was because I wanted to be in Cape Town. I desperately wanted that. I've always been a Cape Town girly. Like, I loved Cape Town. So because I wanted Cape Town so much, that didn't matter for me. And also, I also had to sit down and ask myself, okay, if I'm choosing this hospital, how else am I going to benefit from it? Like, what else can I do to benefit myself during this time? Because you have a lot of time at GSH. And once you have those reasons, like, why are you staying? What are you benefiting? Like, it won't matter so much. And I think I get you, because you're like, I'm done with UCT now. Why am I still in this environment? Because the same with me, like, honestly, I didn't want to go to GSH, but I wanted the Western Cape. And that's why my first choice was Kailicha. But then I realized, you know what, because the hard one's Cape Town, I'll just have to like go through it. But I'll definitely say that there's a very huge difference between being a student and being an intern. Because sometimes people feel like, oh, you're an intern, you're basically doing what students are doing. No, that's not true. That's a lie. Like, you kind of like see the jump. As students, you don't have that responsibility. But as an intern, you have the responsibility. So it's totally two different things. It's just that students will come in and help, but it's two separate things. Like, you can tell that, no, I'm not a student anymore. It doesn't feel like you're a student, and you can feel that you're actually working now. So there's quite like a big difference there. It's just that you're still in the same environment and you still have all this, but I think what makes me happy is the fact that I'm still in Cape Town. And yeah.
Okay, I see. I do get you. I mean, I think it's also because I am not really like prioritizing to be in Cape Town that much. I feel like if maybe I was, then it wouldn't matter where I would be. But yeah, I do get you. You know, for such a big, well-equipped, good-looking hospital, I would expect the most luxurious DQs, right? But the horrible things that I've heard about GSH DQs, oh my goodness. You know what? I just want you to literally describe to us, what are the DQs and what do they look like, and how has your experience been staying in the DQ?
Okay. So I think my experience will a little bit be different from someone who's coming in next year, because when we started, DQ was at Roche. And that was horrible. I remember as a student, I went to view it, and I was just like, there is no absolute way. So when I started, I even renovated, like removed the carpet, repainted everything.
There was a carpet on the floor.
Yeah, and it was like, you don't want to.
I stayed in Rochester, right? I think it was in my second year. But I always knew that there was the GSH kind of section where it's like a no-go area. But I thought maybe our rooms are similar.
No, because that's the UCT side. UCT is well taken care of. And the GSH side is government. So it was like old, crappy carpets. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to get sick here. So I repainted, removed the carpets, put some new vinyl floors.
So you're allowed to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
They allowed me to do that because I was like, there's no absolute way I'm going to stay here. And then I think last year around September, they were like, no, we're moving to Clary now. I was like, okay, I lost my money. But anyways, that good 8 months. And then when we moved to Clary, so they also renovated that. They repainted, they changed, and because Clary did not have like communal kitchens, right? Yeah. So they had to join 2 rooms to make a big communal kitchen. So they put like new cupboards, all that, so that everyone can utilize that, which made the kitchen situation better, because the Roche one was a big no.
Just to clarify to people, Clarinas is like a previous race for medical students. So medical students were staying there in that building. I know I had classmates who stayed in Clarinas. I never stayed there. So now those students were moved out to other races, and you guys then were able to stay in that place. So yeah, just for context.
Yeah, so they had to renovate. It's Clarendon, not the Clarinas.
It's not the Clarinas
side, yeah. So they had to renovate that, and then I think initially the shower situation was not so good, but lucky enough I wasn't like fully there, because I used to go visit like some friends and stuff. So that really did help at the time. And then they changed showers, had to fix the whole geyser system because we struggled with that. So I think things are a little bit better now, but honestly I'm I'm so done.
So you share a
I'm
kitchen.
so done, yeah. You share a
kitchen
and the bathroom. Yeah.
The bathrooms as well. You share the showers. With how many people?
With like, I think it's 1, 2, 4, 6. Because then there's, I don't know, but I don't think there'll be more than 6.
Okay, and how many showers are there?
There's like 3.
3.
Yeah.
Okay. Not
There's like three showers, 2 bathtubs. I know some people use the bathtub, but I can't share like the bathtub. I just can't.
And you share the toilets as well?
Yeah, there's like 3.
Okay.
As well.
And the kitchen?
Yeah.
So is the kitchen well equipped? Stove, microwave, fridge?
No, you buy that yourself.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to buy that yourself. It's just cupboards. You have to buy your own fridge. You have to buy your own microwave, everything.
Do you guys keep that at that kitchen or in your rooms?
I keep my stuff in the kitchen to give my room space.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you don't want your room to be overcrowded. But some people cook in their rooms, which is not allowed, but people do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And are the rooms like the same one room? Like, is it arranged like a race? Like it's just a one room with a single bed and... You see the way you city races, it's the same?
It's the same kind of thing. Yeah, it's the same. But they shifted things around. They even changed the basin, they changed the cupboards, and did some repainting. Actually, the wardrobe, they didn't change the cupboard. They just repainted the stuff and made it white.
Is it possible for us to get photos?
You can, but I mean, like, I don't even have that thing in me to try to make it look cute. I'm just done with that life because I feel like you get tired, especially when you start working. But also, I think what's stopping me from getting accommodation, I was like, I've already finished 1 year of internship, so me moving now, is it worth it? Is it not? I feel like maybe if I'd experienced that from the get-go, then I would have been like, you know what, let me just go get accommodation. So honestly, if you're starting, I'd say go get like space outside. But because I'd already because the first 8 months I renovated, it was a comfortable space for me. I liked the interior, I liked the painting, I liked the floors, because it was what I wanted for all that 8 months. And then when I got to the 8 months, I'm like, it's almost the end of year. Should I move out? No. Yeah. So I always had that no reason, like it's not worth it. And then now I'm like, I'm almost done with second year and I don't know where I'm going to be placed for ComServe. So should I go up and down, move? Because I hate moving from one place to another. Yeah. I don't like packing. But if maybe it was the same situation from the get-go, I probably would have been like, okay, let me go outside. And it also depends on what your financial plans are. If you feel like you want to be in Cape Town, you want to enjoy everything, and you also want to save a lot, it's a good place to go because it's like 1 point something that you pay for accommodation, which is really not a lot compared to if I had to go rent in Cape Town, I'll literally pay like 10K plus for 1 bedroom apartment. So it saves you a lot. Like you save almost 8.5 every month.
Because Cape Town rent is very expensive.
It's insane.
Yeah.